I escaped my cult-like family at 19 last week. They showed up at my wedding uninvited. I was raised in what I now recognize was essentially a cult disguised as a devout Christian community. We lived on a compound with 30 other families completely isolated from the corrupt outside world. No dong, no internet, no unapproved books. Girls weren't allowed to cut their hair or wear pants. Dating didn't exist, only courtship supervised by elders. I escaped at 19 with nothing but a backpack and $87 I'd secretly saved from selling handmade bracelets at our community markets. The first year was brutal. I slept on couches, worked 3 jobs, and jumped at every knock on the door, terrified they'd found me. I changed my phone number 4 times after receiving voicemails calling me demon-possessed and bride of Satan. My mother sent letters saying she was fasting until her real daughter returned. My father told the community I had been captured by worldly forces. They held prayer vigils for my soul. But slowly I built a life, college classes at night, a steady job, friends who didn't judge me for not knowing pop culture references or for flinching when someone raised their voice. I met Ryan at a campus coffee shop where I worked. He never pushed when I said I wasn't ready to talk about my family. When I finally told him everything, he held me while I cried and said, "Your past made you strong, but it doesn't define your future." We dated for 3 years before getting engaged. I sent no wedding invitations to my family. I hadn't spoken to them in 7 years. As far as I knew, they didn't even have my address. Our wedding was planned for a small botanical garden, nothing extravagant, just 50 guests, friends who had become my chosen family. I felt beautiful in my simple dress, my hair cut to my shoulders, an act that would have required spiritual cleansing in my former life. Then I saw them during the ceremony. My parents, 3 siblings, and 2 elders from the community slipped in and sat in the back row, my mother in her ankle-length dress, my father in his trademark suspenders. My youngest sister, now a teenager I barely recognized, staring at my bare shoulders with wide eyes. I froze mid-vow. Ryan squeezed my hand, anchoring me to the present. I finished the ceremony in a daze. At the reception, they approached. My mother reached for me, and I instinctively stepped back. "We've come to witness your covenant," she said, as if this was a normal family reunion. "Though we pray it's recognized by the Lord despite everything." My father handed me an envelope, a wedding gift, he said stiffly. Inside was a check and a pamphlet titled "Returning to the Fold. When Prodigals Come Home." "How did you find me?" I asked. My brother looked down. "Your college alumni page. You were featured for that scholarship program." The realization that they'd been monitoring me for years made me physically ill. Ryan stepped between us. "I think you should leave," he said quietly. "This is our day. We have the right to see our daughter married." My father insisted. "No," I finally said, finding my voice. "You lost that right when you chose doctrine over love." Security escorted them out. My sister looked back once, something like curiosity or admiration in her eyes. I slipped her my phone number when no one was watching. Later that night, after our guest had gone, I sat in my wedding dress and cried, not from sadness, but from the realization that I was finally free. Their appearance hadn't broken me. Their words couldn't control me anymore. My phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. "You looked happy. Is it real?" "Sarah, my sister," I replied. "Yes, it's the most real thing I've ever felt." 3 days later, she asked if we could talk. She's 17 now. Sometimes escaping isn't just for yourself. Sometimes you become the door that others didn't know existed.